All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and continue with what we did on A and B. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 times 6 is my numerator, or yes, my numerator, and then my denominator is 3 times 7. So I'm going to take a look at my numbers that are kind of across from each other, and I can't simplify, I can't do anything to 2 and 7, but I can do something to 6 and 3. I can divide each of them by 3. And that's going to give me 1 here, and that's going to give me 2 here. 2 times 2 is 4, and 1 times 7 is 7. Okay, now you could have multiplied it straight across. 6 times 2 is 12, 3 times 7 is 21, but then you would have had to simplify that further. Okay, so now I've got 4 times 3, and then 9 times 10. Now when you look at this, guys, you're going to be like, well, that's 12 and 90. Well, but here's the thing. Can you really think about 90 and what I could divide 90 by that I could also divide 12 by? So this is why doing this, simplifying now, is a lot easier. And this one I actually can do both of them. I can divide 3 by 3 and I can divide 9 by 3. That's going to give me 1. This one will give me 3. But then I can also simplify these two, that I can divide 4 by 2, and I can divide 10 by 2. And 4 divided by 2 is going to give me 2, and then 10 divided by 2 is going to give me 5. And now I can go ahead and multiply straight across. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 5 is 15. Now, if you would have had this and it was 12/90ths, would you have been able to come up with 2/15? Okay, this just really helps that. So Philip's family traveled, so we're going to go ahead and show this traveling. They traveled 3/10 of a distance to his grandmother's house on Saturday. They traveled 4/7 of the remaining distance on Sunday. What fraction of the total distance of his grandmother's house was traveled on Sunday? Well, I'm going to start off and I'm going to show this 3/10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this right here, 3/10, this was their Saturday, okay? And it says they traveled 4/7 of the remaining on Sunday. So if I were to actually look at this, guys, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, how about that? I've got 7/7 left. I only want to know 4/7. So 1, 2, 3, 4/7 was what they traveled on Sunday. So it says, what fraction of the total distance to his grandmother's house was traveled on Sunday? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And how many little distances did I have altogether? Well, I had tenths, okay? So they traveled 4/10 of a fraction on Sunday, okay? Now you're probably like, well, why didn't I just say 4/7? Because it still wanted to know the total trip of what they have. Because right now they have 3/10 left, okay? They already traveled 3/10, and this is what they had traveled on Sunday, and this is what I wanted to know. And so they traveled 4/10 on Sunday, okay? This next one, it says Santiano bought a 3/4 pound of chocolate chips. He used 2/3 of the bag while baking. How many pounds of chocolate chips did he use while baking? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and show this 3/4 pound of chocolate chips. Okay, so he bought 3/4. Says he only used 2/3. Sorry, that's different. So he had 3/4. He only used 2/3. Let me reerase. Let me redo this, because you know what? It was 3/4 of a pound, and so we need to make sure that we show that whole pound. So 3/4 is going to be 1. I need to have 4/4. Sorry, that was my mistake. I only showed you guys 2/3 of that. So here is that 3/4 pound that he bought, but he only used 2/3 of it. So here's that 2/3 that he used. Okay, so if I were to look at this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, sorry, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6/12. And you know that you can simplify this and divide both of those numbers by 6, and you're going to get 1/2 of a pound. Now, what you could have also done is you could have also done 3/4 or 2/3 of 3/4. So I could actually do it a little bit backwards, because it's 2/3 of 3/4. Okay, and then you could multiply that out. 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 4 is 12, and then you would have to simplify that. Okay. All right, so for this next one, it says Farmer Dave harvested his corn. So he stored 5/9 of the corn in a large silo. So I'm going to show this as this, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so he stored 5/9 in a large silo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here's that 5/9 that he stored in a large silo. Okay, it says 3/4 of the remaining corn. So 1, 2, 3/4 of the remaining corn was in the small silo. Okay, and then here is what he actually took to the market to sell. Okay. So if I were to look at this, I want to know what fraction is in the small silo. Well, if I count it up, I have 1, 2, 3 out of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3/9, or I can divide both of these numbers by 3, and I'm going to get 1/3 is in the small silo. Okay. Now it says, if he harvested 8 tons of corn, how many tons did he take to the market? 18, sorry. Okay, so here's the thing. Now what we have to think about is, here's my model, and I'm just going to redraw this, and you guys don't have to. You guys can just use your model up here. So if I already know that it is split into ninths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I know that this would be 18. So if I were to take 18 and split it 9 different ways, I know that each of these little sections would be 2. Okay, because what I did was I did 18 divided by 9. Okay, 18 divided by 9 is 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look here, how many tons did he take to the market? He took 2 tons to the market. Or what you could do is you could do 18 times, and what do I know he took to sell to the market? Times 1/9. That equals 18/9, because remember there's an invisible 1 here. 18 times 1 is 18, 1 times 9 is 19, 18 divided by 9 is 2.